How are we today? We are going to be doing a niixRESIST task again today. How are your bodies feeling? Hopefully you're feeling a little bit stronger. We're going to take it up a little level today. Excuse me. So we're doing about 10 exercises. We'll see how we go as we go through them. Make sure you've got your bands and your weights because we're going to be using them both. And we're just going to have a warm up to start. So let's come down onto the mat. We're going to firstly just be hinging or rolling, so you can hinge down all the way to the floor. Just lengthen those legs here, drop that head, and walking out. We're going to come into a little extension of the spine, have the feet on the floor or lift them up, and then we're going to come into a scoop and a tuck. And a body roll through back to that extension. And back again. Keep that going. So we're mobilising the spine. And again. And roll. Well done. Really think about lifting up through the shoulders. And one more. It's going to really get us warmed up through that spine. We're going to come back into 4-point kneeling. Sorry, my neck is really bashing against the microphone. Let me just pop it up, out of the way. There we are. Okay, from here, we're just going to hinge forwards and backwards. Now let's just make sure those shoulders go down our backs and we're lifting through the spine. So we're hip hinging, shoulder blades stay connected to the ribs. We're not lifting them forward, not sinking. You can really start feeling the power of your shoulder connection. Keep lifting up through that spine. Good. Lovely. Coming into a neutral position. Try not to sink. Lifting up again as you stop. Scooping there. Hold it. Release back down. And scoop from the lower end of the body as you lift up the tummy and come back out. So really tuck that tailbone under to get the lumbar spine lengthened. One more. Let's go into a down facing dog. You're just going to rotate through, look through your under armpit. Come back into that down facing dog and rotate to the other side. Just either side for 3 or 4. Hold it there for a little bit. Keep reaching that arm through. Good. One more side. Drawing up through that navel. Will automatically do that as we're pushing back into the back of the legs. Okay. Let's walk the hands back towards the feet. Bend those legs slightly. Rolling back up. Scoop through the spine, drawing everything back up. Let's just rotate those arms. Ready for some upper body work that we're going to be doing with the weight. Plus, we're going to be working the leg with the first exercise. So, shoulders behind the back. Let's reach up. Feel long, feel connected through that shoulder blade. And release. Okay, are we ready? If you want, you can put the band on around your... No, not for the first one, sorry. Going ahead of myself. So, we're going to take one weight. We'll be able to lift the leg as much as we want to. So we're going to be bringing one leg to the side and the arm slightly to a diagonal. You're going to be lifting up the leg towards the weight, tap that foot back down. Lots of balance, lots of pelvic floor. So we're working the obliques. Really think about that core connection. Drawing the ribs down towards the hips. Even though the hands are going above, we don't want to be going into extension. So you want to think about that connection through the ribs. And let's keep going. We're going to do about 15 here. Really lifting up that leg, that knee as high as possible. Let's not go too fast with these. Well done. Keeping it there. Good. We've probably got another 5. Draw that knee up. Balance. Focus on a point. And then you will be more balanced. One more. Swapping sides. Well done. We're going to be, that's opening up those hips. It's going to be really lifting up through the hip joints. So we're going to be working those hip muscles. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Good. Really use that exhale. Pelvic floor switched on. Good. Lovely. We've got another 6. Great for the upper body as well as those legs. Keeping it there for another. Let's do 3. Slow it down. 2. 1. And holding it there. Well done. Okay, let's put the bands on because we're going to be keeping the bands for a while. I'm going medium weight just because A, I'm teaching you, and B, we're going to be doing quite a lot of leg stuff. So you might find a heavier one starts getting fatiguing you faster. So, you know, we can swap them up to see how you're feeling. So, oh, places undone there with me, sorry. Okay, take some medium weight. You can go lighter if you want because we're doing a squat and then we're going to be using the arms at the same time. So, we're coming here, you come down, as you lift up, push the arms behind you, so we're getting into those triceps. If your band's not that strong, go a little wider like I have. Are we ready? Let's go. Down, pushing back up, driving up, switching on that pelvic floor, coming all the way down, hinging in those hips. Keep it there. Lovely. Down into those deep squats. If you struggle with deep squats, do a smaller one. Just make sure you're powering up through those hips, into those glutes, into the back of the legs. Okay, let's do another. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Watch those knees coming up. I'm just going to go into those triceps. It's exactly what you were doing in the full movement. Keeping those elbows back as you lengthen them. Good. And another. 5 to go. Are we ready? 5. Strong through that center. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Place those weights on the floor. Love using the weights with bands. So, from here, coming down to the end of the mat, we're going to come into a really deep squat. Back up, down. You walk out into a plank from here. Oops. You're lifting the leg one, then the other. I think I'm going to go for a slightly heavier weight. Coming back up on my band, sorry. And then coming back into that deep squat. Whoops. So, sorry, I'm just going to quickly swap my band. You can carry on, so you do a deep squat, down into that walk out. You might want the band under the knees. Let's try it there, hopefully it'll be a bit more stable. Coming down, push up, down, walk out. 2 of these to the side. Good. And then coming back up, all the way into that deep squat, drive up. I've got very shiny leggings on, slippy leggings, so the band is a little unstable today. Good. Out to the side, all the way up into that deep squat, drive up, down again. Just find your rhythm. Out to the side, pelvis wants to stay strong and stable when you're doing that. So make sure that the pelvic floor is switched on. You drive that knee out wide. For 2. Lots to think about with this one. Into that deep squat. Down you go. Good. 2 on either side. Moving from the hip joint, not rocking the pelvis. Good stuff. We're going to go for another 3 sets. This is number 3. Great for the obliques. All the way up, coming back down. Number 2. Beginning to feel this through my obliques. So even if you don't have a band, you should be feeling that. Last one. Really turn that knee out. Pull it up. Coming all the way back. Just hovering over the feet. Deep breath in. Rolling through the spine, back up to standing. Okay. Keeping that band where you are. I'm just going to grab some water. Too much chit chat. And lots of deep breaths. Are we ready? Keeping the band where it is. We're going to lift some weights again. So, come as wide as you can so there's a bit of tension through the legs. From here, we're coming down. As you come up, pull wide with those arms. Driving up all the way down. Keeping that there. Good. Can we squeeze through that pelvic floor a bit more? Lengthen through the back of the legs. Getting into those glutes. Well done. High with those elbows. Keep it going. Just again, watching those knees. Are the bands pulling you in? If so, try and watch that knee that is going. My left one's moving a little bit. It's feeling a little bit funny today. And at the top, finish off that movement by squeezing through the bottom. 3 more. Good. 2. And 1. Coming down. Have a breather. We're going to be coming onto the floor now. So, what you want to be conscious of, leave my mat. If you can't see me, do let me know on the messages, but hopefully you can see the whole mat. So, what we're going to be doing next is a bit more balancing, lots more pelvic stability work. If we can stabilise our pelvis, it really helps with any low back pain you might be having. It really helps with the core. So, focusing on that area and understanding that how we can connect that area is quite important. Definitely as we get older and everything starts aching. So let's start using that core even more to help stabilise us through our body. So we're coming into 4-point kneeling. Draw the shoulders down and back. Try not to sink, let's lift up. Really draw that tummy away. Tuck the toes under. And we're going to be doing a set of 3 different moves. So I'm going to show you the first one, coming up. We're going to tap one shoulder then the other. Try not to move in the pelvis too much. One leg out. And then a knee drive in. Then we go back 2, the tap the feet, knee in, keeping the spine long. Keep that weight over your hands. And go again. Keep going there, guys. Out wide. So when you bring those knees in, really move from the hip joint, not tucking in the pelvis, tapping the feet out, knee drive, shoulders, knee out, knees towards elbows. Let's do another 3 sets. Are you ready? Lots of shoulder work here, lots of pelvic floor. Number 2 to go. So we've done about 10 by the end of this. Number 1. Drive those knees in. Let's stay there. Just do those knee drives. Shoulders away from the ears. We start feeling that right in that deep core connection. 2 more. Well done. And coming down into rest position. Oh my God, my studio is boiling. The boiler wasn't working. It's definitely fixed. It's like a bit crying. Deep breath in. Grab some water if you need it. Because we are just going to come up to standing for one last standing exercise. So pushing up. I always love to come to standing via a downward facing dog and walking my hands in or walking my feet in. It just helps recenter everything. Okay. Just watch where your band is, above or below the knee. We are coming into a static lunge. You come down. Try and make sure this knee is over the heel and you're squeezing up. So my band's quite strong. I'm not going to have a really, really wide lunge. And come back up. Driving up through that front leg. Really connect as you come up. Good. Keep it going. Deep into that lunge. Drop that leg back. Lengthen. 4 more. And then we're going to go some pulses. 3. 2. 2. I've added 1. Back leg should be feeling this. Are we ready? The 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's amazing how that back leg really has to fire up. And with band, it's just making it even more of a burner. Okay, taking that leg back again. So make sure your hips are square. Let's not lean forward as you go down. The weight is shifting back over the back leg. We're pushing up through the front leg. Good. Just make sure legs are in alignment with the hips. It's not going all the way out. Lots of balance, lots of pelvic floor. Well done. Keep dropping that weight back. Another 5, 4. My glutes feeling this. 3. Really lengthen up through this front leg. 2. 1. Let's go into those pulses. The 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! That leg was feeling that. Okay, we're going to come down onto the mat now. I'm going to get some elbow cushions. If you haven't got any and you want to grab a cushion, highly recommend you do. I've got these great little ones. specifically for teaching, but you can use any cushion as long as it's softening slightly under the elbow. That's the key thing here. Oh, I'm going to grab a weight. I'm going to go for my threes. You could have something a little lighter if you're finding that's going to be too much. In fact, okay, crazy. Don't even need those. Actually, I'm going to show you a couple of different variations. So number one is just here, taking the weight here. As you come up, you open the leg and you bring the weight to it. You can come here. Make sure those hips are stacked. Or, third one, we're going to come here. Now, I had actually planned for us to not have the band for this, but actually, I think we want to work a little harder. Knee to the hand. Good. So that is a really strong pelvic floor, oblique lift, and the arms working at the same time. Keep it going. Well done. Another 5, you can do it. 5, 4, 3. Well done. 2, plus 1. Good. Coming down with that weight. Coming into 4-point kneeling. Staying with that weight there. We're just going to lift and do some triceps. Just pulling. Well done. 10 here. And we've got another 5. Let's go. Keep that elbow high. It's only the lower part of the arm that's moving. 2. And 1. Oh, I'm feeling that through the tricep coming over to the other side. Okay, so again, you can either be on the elbow, or you can come up like I am, or you can even be laying down. It depends how strong you're feeling today. Listen to your body. Make sure, some people like to align themselves with the back of the mat, so the feet want to be in line with the bottom before we come up. My arm is slightly at an angle so that my shoulders are open. Coming up. Are you ready? Lift that knee. Really use that exhale. I love making that sound up as I release my breath, because it really helps focus that connection. So if you're not doing that, give it a go. Let's keep going for another. Are you ready? 5, 4, squeeze that pelvic floor. 3, from back to front. 2, 1, come down, place that arm on the floor. Well done. Let's find that neutral. And 10 here. Just moving from the elbow joint. Keep it there. Good. One more. Good. Okay, placing those on the floor. We are going to take the band off for the moment. And I'm just going to get slightly lighter weights. You can have heavier ones, but I really want to focus again through my pelvis, looking at my pelvic stability, which means that we're not rocking and rolling when we're down on the mat. Coming with those weights, so these are 1.5s, all the way onto the mat. Okay, so you want your arms bent. We're going to take the arms off the mat in a moment. We're going to come into a double knee fold. We're going to do a little nod of the chin, and we're coming up. So from here, my arms are now off the mat. We're going to lengthen and lengthen. Keep pelvis should not be moving. The movement's coming from the hip joint and the leg lengthening. Tummy will be activating more. If we can stay as stable through that pelvis as possible. And keep lifting. Now if it's going into the neck, straining, is your weight's too heavy, or if you nodded your chin too much towards your chest. Look towards your feet and keep lifting in that upper body, not in the neck. Come on, let's keep going. You need a breather. Have a breath. Come down, then come back up again. We're going for another 5 on either side. Great for the arms as well. Lifting up. Well done. Woo! Lengthen those legs, no floppy legs. 2. And 1. Good. Come down, release onto the floor. Ooh, how did you find those? Another set? I think we should. Okay, just have a quick breather, put the weights down. So, thinking about that stability, just moving from the hip joints. Upper body arms, I'm going to feel this. I feel it more in my arms and my core. You may feel it more in your core, my core. I think it's numb to do so many of these sort of exercises. So I'm feeling it more in my upper body. Are we ready? Coming up. Lifting up. Off we go. Lengthen the leg, bring it back in. Slow and controlled. And keep lifting up through that upper body. So you're getting that lovely length in the upper spine. Keep it there. Okay, another 5 either side. Let's go. 5. Lengthen those legs. Yes. Lifting up a bit more. We can work so much harder if we really want to. And another 2. Good. And 1. Come down. Place those weights on the knees. Good stuff. Okay. We're just going to come up now. We're going to place the weights on the floor. We're going back to the band. So I'm going for a slightly lighter band this time because we're going to be using our arms. And I want to be able to have that motion. So I'm going to just turn. So you're going to have the band in front of you. Staying upright, we're going to roll back. As you roll back, you pull like a bow and you rotate slightly. You come back up. Try not to protract the shoulders forward. Keep them down your back. Deep breath in, exhale. As you rotate, you pull. Good. And keep going. Such a great movement with the band. Tucking that tailbone under, getting that scoop to the spine as you roll back, keeping it there. And we're going for another 5 on either side. And number 4. Well done. Slow it down. Number 3. Hold it a bit longer. Can you go a little bit lower to the floor? And 2. And last one. Up and down. You're going to stay here. You're just going to bring your arms. You're going to turn and turn. You are just staying still from the waist, the belly button down. The upper body is the bit that's moving. Try and keep those legs still. Good. Woo! 2. Well done, guys. You can do it. 1. Coming up. Well done. We are just coming onto the mat for a very last exercise. Don't need the band, don't need anything. We're just going to be slowing it down, but using the bottom at the same time and rolling through the spine. So we can just do lovely spine curls. Make sure the feet, I love having my feet near my bottom because I want as much range of movement through my spine. You can take them further away. You're obviously going to get a bit of movement through the spine coming there, but when they're closer to your bottom, you can really roll up, open up those hip flexors, and the range of movement's just a little bit bigger. Let's not let the knees come out, let's squeeze those knees together so they're in alignment. If you're tucking the tailbone through, you shouldn't be able to put your knees together, which is what we're looking for. Roll through the spine back down, rolling up, coming up to that lovely bridge position. We're not going into extension, and roll back through. One vertebra at a time is rolling up. Good. Rolling back through, one vertebra at a time. Bottom is the last thing that comes down. In 5 of these, this is number 4. And the last one, we're going to just stay up. From here, let's squeeze those knees in and out. Again, keep that tucked. Don't let the hips drop. Bottom should be feeling this. Squeezing in and out. Good stuff. Keep it there for another. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling back down. Draw the knees towards the chest. And just coming up. We're going to have a little cool down. One leg is going onto the other knee. Let's open up that glute that's on that bent leg. And just draw it in. Breathe through it. You can lengthen the other leg and bring that towards your chest a little bit more. And hopefully you can feel that through the glute, the bent leg. Whew. Keep breathing through that release. Turn that knee out a tiny bit more. Another few seconds here. Release. Really use your breath. Breath is an amazing thing that can help release the muscles, release any negative energy. Well done, guys. You have done an amazing job. Sometimes you feel like you can't accomplish it when you start, but you get to the end and you think, I've done it, I can do it. Just pushing that knee out. Well done. Hold it there. Couple more deep breath exhales. Let's just bring the legs down. Let's open the legs. So your feet are together and you're just going to sway in the pelvis. So the stability in the pelvis, you can release that now. Little stickler for pelvic control. But now we can let go. And just let those legs drop down towards the floor. Don't worry where your knees are, just do what you can. Just have a little bit of core connection so it's not going into your lumbar. And bring those legs up. We're going to come over to the side. And we're going to come into 4-point kneeling. Tuck. And as you release, you're going to come into rotation. Tuck. And then release. And scoop into that cat. Really think about the tailbone as much as the head as you go into that cat. And as you rotate, the head's coming down through your centre line, trying not to lean over to one side. Good. 2 more. Scoop. Lovely transition coming from flexion into a little bit of rotation. A position. Bring that leg forward and then back. Good. Rotate towards hand. And bring that arm down. Shoulder away. Again. Bring that hand back, coming into that A position. Taking the legs all the way back, so we're going into downward facing dog. Lift and lower those heels. And you're going to walk the feet in. All the way, little tiny feet drawing up through the stomach. Let's move back down into that downward facing dog. And lift those feet. This time we're going to come all the way up to standing. Bring those toes all the way back. Deep breath in as you roll up. So I think I've gone a little bit over time. I just love it too much. Rotate those shoulders. One, reach over to the side. We've done a little bit of oblique work today. And to the other side. Bringing those arms up through your heart center. Deep breath in and exhale and shake it out. Well done, guys. Thanks for those who joined me live, and those of you who are catching up, let us know how you get on. Tomorrow we're going to take it down a little bit with a niix body class, so still working hard, but we're not going to be using weights, maybe a little bit of band. If you've got a ball, maybe bring that along. Just bring a few bits and bobs if you have them. If you don't worry. We are going to be able to do everything without any props. Like every time we do a class, there's always modifications. Do let me know how you're getting on. I love hearing how everyone's enjoying this program, and if you've got any questions, just drop them in the community feed, or you can message me directly. Absolutely happy for you to do that as well. Anyway, happy Thursday, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow at 8 AM. See you then, take care.